Well, hello there, SIBOs, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners. 'Tis I, Dave Murray, the big guy at Mayniax Branding. And for today's video, I thought I would discuss with you what the goal of every single one of your branding campaigns should be. So, that's right, every one of you, without exception. There's no little kind of nuance here. This needs to be your goal. So let's hop to it. So here it is, folks. The goal of every brand out there should be, but first, hang on. Well, I'm kidding. You know I'm not that guy. The goal of every brand should be to get on the top of people's brains when it comes to your particular category. It should be on the top of potential clients. It should be on the top of the minds of potential team members. It should be out there. People should know who you are. Now, a brand, in my way of thinking, isn't really a brand unless you transcend your industry, you transcend your geography, and you transcend your target market. We're talking Coca-Cola here. Like, Coke has, I'm sure, a pretty narrowed down target market, but they've been around so long that everybody picks up a Coke and game on. I haven't had one in a long, long time, but that doesn't mean that they don't do well. So that's what I think of when it comes to a brand. You want everybody to hear about you. So what's the big secret to getting on the top of everybody's brain? It's simple. It is going to, Mayniax Branding on Patreon, obviously, so you can learn how to build your brand. But also, once you've learned how to build your brand, it's communicating what you've built. You need to find the right avenues to talk to the people that you're trying to talk to. It's always going to be a slow burn unless you have something that is absolutely revolutionary. Unless you have the next big thing, unless you have the next wheel, the next computer, the next rocket ship to Mars, whatever it is, unless it's truly revolutionary and everybody needs it, it's going to be a slow burn. So it's going to be finding channels that your target market's on. It's going to be a lot of experimentation. Let's say, for instance, you decide, okay, we've got to find the target market and we think we can find it on Facebook. The likelihood of you nailing that perfect target market in the first ad campaign isn't very good. So when companies offer to find you your target market, you can do just as well as they can if you have the time. Because Facebook, while I don't necessarily recommend it for early stage entrepreneurs when it comes to ads, you can still, with a few bucks, start to figure out who your target is. They do definitely line everything up. And so once you start to figure all that out using all the different metrics that Facebook has, now you know, okay, let's find out where these people hang out all over the internet or even all over town. And you get your brand's messaging out there, just so they know who you are. One of the big helpers when it comes to Coke is Pepsi, just because it expands the whole field of soda, or pop if you're in the Midwest. So that's the deal with what you're doing as well. It's good when there's high hardcore competition, but keep in mind, when you're trying to get on the top of somebody's brain, you want to be the one they think about. You want to be number one. And also, keep in mind that, sorry about that little jump, technical difficulties / power washing. Anywho, also keep in mind that it's good for you when it comes to the internet if instead of people, say, searching, I've told you I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan, instead of people typing branding Ann Arbor, if they just type Mayniax branding because they already know who I am. It's always better in that regard because, hey, at least you've heard of you, or they've heard of me. And let's face it, if we go back to the Cola Wars thing, you're probably going to buy Coke or a Pepsi, or if you have a discerning palate, a Dr. Pepper. But if somebody came in right now and tried to enter the Cola Wars, they'd probably be hosed, or they'd have a very small local following, and it would build and build and build out from there until they had a huge regional following, and then just it's a slow burn, just like we're talking with every other brand out there. But the point is, you build the brand first, and you get out there, and you let the messaging do the work. You find out who to talk to, you get the messaging out there. Eventually, people are talking to each other about who you are, even if they're not in your industry, because they're thinking, wow, this person's vision is insane. I mean, think about it right now. If we think about Elon Musk, how many of us are out there building rockets and electric cars? We're not. And we might not, I mean, I'm not in the market for a rocket or a trip to Mars just yet. Maybe an electric car at some point, but I'm not really in those markets right now, but I know who they are. And that's where you want to be with a brand, but the only way you can get there is if you really nail your brand and then get your messaging out there. That's really what's up if you want to get on the top of the minds of the people out there. Okay, and that was a little much out there. There. And then there was there. Anywho, let's stop with all that right now and consider the following. Tell me, what are you doing to get on top of the minds of the people you're trying to serve, of the people you want along for your visionary ride, so that you can help them, so you can make a little bit of money, so you can do all that good stuff? What kind of marketing channels are you using? Have you come up with your brand yet? What are you doing? How much you spending? Let's get crazy. Let the world know what's going on, because maybe by you telling them what's happening, it might help them to be able to position themselves better. Yeah. Anywho, you know the drill. If you're digging the content, make sure you click subscribe, make sure you follow, like, comment, share, do whatever you can on whatever platform you're partying on, and let's get educated. That's all I got. Everybody have fun, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay gutsy, gang.